During calamities like cedar, large areas are inundated by saline water, damaging the existing crops and hindering the future production. The main objective of the component is to repair and improve the polders and repair or reconstruct the WCSS for saving the crop fields and thus protecting the livelihood of the population and increasing the yield.
Okay. We have a softie. Okay. No idea how big this
những đề xuất thì xem xét lại cái lựa chọn của mình. 3 cái ưu tiên một để làm là 3 cái gì? Sau khi có 3 cái đó xong rồi, tức là dựa trên những cái cân nhắc của các cái đóng góp đó, thì sau khi có được 3 lựa chọn đó thì chúng ta
Còn cái đường mà của dự án nâng cấp đô thị là của con rạch, cái đường bên ngoài hồi nãy mình bắt đầu mình xuống taxi đó, đó là cái chỗ dự án nâng cấp đô thị họ làm. Còn đây cái này mà nó làm đi ở đây thì
very quickly.
Okay.
And then
It looks like a forest from the satellite image.
But I
Now
don't
we
know.
see that there's a lot of small bushes and grass. It is not.
I think we should go for a strategy that keeping the nature, disturbing the nature as minimum level, not to causing change, great change, and as well as you have to ensure the other facilities that are needed for the urban life. And regarding the resettlement issues, the government must consider resettling the people, those who will be evicted due to undertaking this plan.
Could be many improvements on that plan. For one, it doesn't account for the natural hydrology of the site, and so naturally there's what looks to be a creek and a low-lying sort of wetland. So if you start to infill that, then you'll have potentially problems, continued problems of flooding or water beneath the houses.
When we consider about development means change. So every development come up with an impact. Change means impact. Development means change. Change means impact. So if we are going to develop something, develop location, we should have to cope up with that impact.
I think it's much more difficult to resettle these people. It looks more, I see it now also more houses because they were covered in the satellite image. So I think it's tough to convince them to move because some of these houses are really really nice. It's not looks not so cool.
I think community participation in any project is important, and if you carry out the stakeholder participation, I think you will get the problem solution. You have to listen them. What is their expectation?
Any plan should really adapt to and take into consideration those sorts of natural water and hydrology features. And you could turn it into a nice wetland area and a nice place for the community to farm some fish or recreational space, nice amenity. You know, you could turn it into a feature, perhaps, rather than having to deal with it as an engineering solution.
So
I guess you would have to. I don't know. I'm not an engineer. I don't know what can and can't be done there. But it seems to me that you have a lot of drainage issues. So you'd have to put some serious drainage infrastructure in place.
According to the planning 500, yesterday we have seen that the planning is not yet sustainable.
Ngập là phải xảy ra. Đó thì do đó thì đối với cái nhóm cũng được.
It seems you mix up you quickly interchange two issues. You talk a lot about climate change on one hand. On the other hand, there's the issue of the development itself, and those are two separate issues with their own consequences.
Đi qua được khu vực đó.
So on behalf of my group, I would like to present our findings, and we base on the assumption that this project master plan has been approved, and now we try to find a way how to improve then its limit.
Before that, I would like to contrast a little bit between the first presentation and this, because in the first presentation, on the one hand, you were assuming that you can change the master plan, come up with a new plan for the area. In this presentation, the focus was that, okay, the master plan is there, we are not going to change it much, but we are going to influence the way the plan is implemented by coming up with water-sensitive features. So that is one of the main differences between the two presentations.
We have identified following issues, only 4 issues. First, obstructing the natural drainage path and hydrological setting of the area.
Có những cái mục đích khác như là cho nông nghiệp hoặc là đó là cái quang cảnh đẹp.
Gọi là y chang ở bên kia mà về đây hết, tại vì ở đây nó có điều kiện mưa khác.
Xin chào các bạn đồng nghiệp. Thì nhóm 6 của mình thông qua cái
I think the surrounding area of this project will be influenced. For example, will be flooded.
You say, maybe the investor is reluctant to pay for all these measures. Yeah, how could you convince him to do that? What could be ways to make this investor invest in green infrastructure and all these measures that you propose?
I have experience in some countries. For example, in Japan, they have legislated this requirement that you should not change the hydrograph that is coming out of a building site more than a certain amount. And when you do a building, the approval process needs you to prove that it does not happen and come up with specific measures within the building site.
The very title of the workshop, mainstreaming the flood risk and climate change adaptation in urban soil management, it depicts the one's expectation who will participate. So it is not like that we will deal the whole issue of city development, but we should address the issues of climate change adaptation as well as the flood risk issues.
Firstly, I think it's very important. The term I learned, the sensitive water term is very important. I think it's changed my mind about the water issue in the city. Before coming to this workshop, I read some newspaper, some book about integrated water management or flood integrated flood risk management, and I think it's very interesting.
In respect of Delta Plan, the workshop is very much relevant. Both the workshop and formulation Delta Plan has relevancy because in Delta Plan we do have similar problems.
In this workshop, through the presentation of a lot of experts and the discussion with the participants, I learned a lot of knowledge and experience from the Western countries. I think it's good. It's good for my job and it's good for our project.